For a long time, I didn't have a smile on my face, and now I can't help but smile. I can't help but find a reason to be happy about things because I'm alive. My name is Janke. I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin. I had suffered a sleep apnea injury, and I stepped on the scale at the hospital and found out that I was 423 pounds. Your life kind of stops. It kind of just comes to an immediate halt. You think, this is the end. I'm done. I mean, where do I go from here? How did I let myself get like this? And I had this injury. My sleep apnea was to the point where I was literally, it was a coin flip whether I was going to die nightly. From there, I worked with the doctors. I basically just started eating less calories at first. And then I started reading what I could about nutrition and trying to understand nutrition as a total beginner. Not even knowing about macros or any, proteins, fats, and carbs. I had no idea. But I started reading more and more articles all the time and finding out how to fuel the body as opposed to just giving it good food or something that you want because it tastes good or it's pleasurable. Really, for the first 3 months, I didn't work out at all. I just concentrated on eating less. And at 423 pounds, your body does not want to be that big. Doesn't want to be that big at all. So I was seeing huge, drastic weight numbers come off. And you kind of like, this is kind of cool. Like, this is great. It's actually working. Something's working. But then you take it to that next level. So I started in water aerobics because I was still heavy. I was still 350 plus pounds at the time, and I wanted something that was low impact on my joints and something that was sustainable and something that was genuinely fun. What do I like to do? I like swimming. I like to be outdoors, and I like aquatics. So I started I sucked up my pride and I jumped in the pool with a bunch of old people and recovering people too. It's good for recovery. I found a lot of people that were having knee injuries, surgeries, stuff like that, and they hop back in the pool because it's low impact on the joints. I did that for quite a while, and then right about 10, 11 months into my journey, I finally decided to start lifting. But there was a really weird time that first month where I actually only lost 7 pounds, and I kind of got discouraged. I was like, why am I only losing 7 pounds when I've been eating right and doing this? And then I realized that it was because I was putting on muscle. That was right about the time that I found gym. I went back to the YMCA and I ran into a friend who had been doing the Superman challenge. And I said, hey, what are you doing? He's like, hey, I'm doing this program. I said, oh, that's really cool, and didn't really think anything of it. He always had his phone out with his app, and I thought, oh, that's really great, that's kind of cool. Who's this guy, Jim? I don't know who he is. And then he told me, Jim Stepani, and I said, okay, that name sounds familiar. And as I was trying to educate myself, I found that I kept coming back to him. I kept finding that those articles and those tidbits of information that I was getting were coming from a reliable source, something that I trusted, something that I believed in, and something that I knew would work. After some success, I became active in the Gym Army group. I shared my transformation, and that's the other part of it too, is like I shared that, and people were kind of blown away that I dropped a significant amount of weight. I had dropped down to, in 1 year's time, I lost 186 pounds in 1 year. And then by my second year, I lost 255 pounds. And I set a goal for myself to be under 7% body fat by the time the Olympia rolled around for 2016. And I decided I was really going to commit to something, so I was in the middle, I forget what challenge at the time, and I decided to just stick with it, stick with the nutrition and the supplementation, and just keep really hammering it home. And I was able to get down to 6.3%, and the lowest I got to was 165. I can show people that you don't have to stay that way. You don't have to live an unhealthy lifestyle. You don't have to be unhappy. You can be happy. Life is about being happy, and find what makes you happy. And health and wellness, who's going to argue with that? Once you have your health back, I mean, anything, material possessions don't matter to me. It's all about just experiences and sharing things with people and living life